You ever look at your pigeon and think, bro, I have champion bloodlines, expensive parents, perfect eyes, and somehow you still fly like you got lost on Google Maps? Yeah, you're not alone. A lot of pigeon fanciers think champions are made by just buying expensive birds. But the truth is, a $5,000 pigeon with bad management can lose to a $50 pigeon that's trained correctly. And we've seen this proven over and over again in the sport. Today, we're talking about 5 mistakes that stop your racing pigeons from reaching their full potential. And number 5 is probably the one most people accidentally do. Mistake 1, expecting genetics to do all the work. A lot of people buy a fancy pedigree and immediately think, yeah, this bird is going to win. But a pedigree is just the blueprint. You still have to build the house. A pigeon can come from generations of champions, but if it doesn't get proper training, nutrition, confidence, and conditioning, that champion blood is just sitting there doing nothing. It's like buying a race car and never changing the oil, never tuning it, and wondering why it's slow. Even the legends prove this. Take Jan Arden lines, for example. Those birds became world famous for long-distance performance, but fanciers like Bertie Campus and others didn't just rely on bloodlines, they built systems around them. Tough training, strict selection, and conditioning over years. Or look at Leo Harriman's pigeons. Everyone wanted the bloodline, but the real success came from fanciers who managed them properly. The same birds in different lofts produced completely different results. That's the point. Genetics opens the door, but management walks the bird through it. The best pigeons are usually a combination of good genetics and good management. Mistake 2, overtraining young birds. This is one of the biggest mistakes beginners make. They get excited because their young birds finally start flying and they think, all right, boys, tomorrow we're going 20 miles. Relax. Your young bird is still learning. Young pigeons are building wing strength, navigation skills, confidence, homing ability, mental toughness. If you push too hard too early, you can create a bird that's scared, tired, or loses confidence. Even top champions learned patience here. Wout Spearings, one of the modern sprint legends, is known for carefully building his young birds. He doesn't rush distance, he builds rhythm, confidence, and consistency first. And Gabby van den Abeel, famous for producing tough, consistent racers, always emphasized gradual development. His birds weren't thrown into the deep end. They were built step by step until they could handle pressure naturally. A champion isn't created by how far you push them, it's created by how smart you develop them. Sometimes the best training session is knowing when not to train. Mistake number 3, poor loft management. Your loft is basically your pigeon's home, gym, and recovery center. If your loft is dirty, stressful, overcrowded, or constantly chaotic, your birds feel it. Pigeons are creatures of routine. They perform better when they have clean air, dry conditions, proper ventilation, a calm environment, enough space. A lot of people focus on buying better pigeons, but forget the pigeons they already made their environment. The legends understood this early. Look at Geosthona. His loft management is known for being extremely structured and clean, especially for long-distance preparation. His birds are not just talented, they are managed in a way that reduces stress and maximizes recovery. Or Marcel Sangers, who built systems where environment, feeding, and rest were all controlled like a machine. His results didn't come from luck, they came from consistency in the loft. A champion bird needs a champion setup, changing everything every time something goes wrong. This one is hilarious because almost every fancier has done it. Your pigeon has one bad day and suddenly you're thinking, maybe I need a new feed. Maybe I need new vitamins. Maybe I need new birds. Maybe I need to rebuild my whole loft. Bro is about to something because his bird landed 10 minutes late. Sometimes pigeons just have bad days. Even the best in the world avoid panic changes. Eric Limburg and other top Belgian fanciers are known for sticking to systems. They don't constantly switch everything after one race. They analyze, adjust slightly, and stay consistent. And that's why they stay at the top, because consistency builds form. Chaos destroys it. The key is consistency. Keep records. Watch your birds. Change one thing at a time. Because if you change 5 things at once, you'll never know what actually helped. Mistake number 5, not developing the bird mentally. This is the biggest one. A lot of people train the body, but forget the mind. A champion pigeon isn't just strong, it's confident. It knows, this is my loft, this is my home, I know how to get back. Young birds need experience. They need to learn how to handle different weather, different distances, being separated from the flock, finding their way home. The real champions all had this. Look at lines used in long-distance racing history. Those birds were famous not just for endurance, but for mental toughness. They could suffer, think, and still come home. Or modern-day marathon specialists like Herbert's family pigeons, where birds are repeatedly tested in real conditions so they develop mental resilience, not just physical fitness. A nervous pigeon with perfect muscles can still fail. But a confident pigeon, that bird will fight for home. At the end of the day, champions aren't made from one thing, not just bloodline, not just feed, not just training. It's the combination of genetics, environment, and the way you develop the bird. But I want to know, what do you think creates a champion pigeon? Is it bloodline, training, or the person behind the loft?